Hello everyone, welcome back to my studio where even dreams believe. Today I am going to work on a project that I have been putting off for a long time, or sometimes it just gets, you fall behind, you do so many things, and then when you go through all your paintings or books or papers, then you find, oh wait, I've never finished this painting. So this specific painting is one of Floofy, Princess Floof. You can see that she did not join me tonight. It is, I think she might still be outside. It's very cold outside, but yes, she wanted to be outside. So it is a watercolor painting, and I could not find the original photo. It was a painting of early morning when she was in the garden, and it was just absolute greenery all around her. But let me show you this photo here. This is Floof, and this is also more or less the same light that she was in, but this is now inside the house. But here you can see. So what I am trying to do today is I am going to try and put the poofiness in her fur, because with the way that I painted this original painting, and it's an A3, so it's fairly large, I just had the solid lines. So I have been working on those lines to soften them a little bit, because the white and the greens were very, very harsh. And that was something that I did not want. Okay, so let me show you this picture here. Let me just share this way. Okay, now you can see my screen. Okay, so this is the picture of Floof. I will lift it up a little bit so that you can see better. Okay, and the lines here were very, very harsh. So I decided to soften it a little bit, just using a watercolor brush, my mop brush with water, clean water in. Just put it on there, dab the water. It moves the paint. Because it's watercolor, you can do that afterwards. Okay, so I'm very, very happy with her facial expression and everything here. And she always lies in a little ball that she looks like a bread or something if she's lying in a certain way. All right, so what I have tried, I was very disappointed, is I have tried, let me show you what I've tried. I have tried many watercolor, not watercolor, acrylic paint pens. This one is a jelly roll. This one does work, so this one I will use. It's the white jelly roll. It's the 10. Okay, I have got finer also. I've got the 8 and the 5 also. So this one I will use right at the end to do those very last wisps. And then I have this one here. It's an acrylic painter. I can't even see it on the page here. This one here, the Pen Touch, it does not want to work on the watercolor, so I was very disappointed. Marks on anything water-based, no, it does not want to. Okay, so what am I going to do? I can't leave it like this. Watercolor, the white watercolor paint is just too translucent and everything to do this. So what I have done is I've got some white gouache that I'm going to be using. So gouache is more opaque than watercolor, so we are going to play with the gouache and see if I can do something with this. Otherwise, it's one of those experiments. Okay, but I was also thinking, so while we are talking today, maybe we can speak on empty nest syndrome. Okay, I am an empty nester. And although I've been preparing for it for a long time, when it happened, it really floored me, because for me it felt as if I went from hero to zero in a matter of a week. And it was very hard for me to come out of that and to recover. My daughter and I were best friends all her life, and luckily we are still, but it's not the same as what it used to be when she was young and she was in the house with me. She's now 25, and we have got a routine where we communicate and everything. But being a single parent and being so used to doing everything and arranging everything, my daughter used to say, she and her friends always used to say, if they had to choose someone to go be on a deserted island with, it would be with me, because I will make a plan. So coming from that mindset, being able to make a plan and just being able to fix everything and keep everything going from just nothing, she grew up. Although I prepared, I tried my best to be prepared for it, and yes, it hit me for a 6. Okay. So I don't know if there are some of you that feel the same way, and we all have our children grow up. We teach them what we can. We try and train them for the real world that's out there. And then the day comes when they say, okay, bye. And then it is like, what now? Who am I? Who am I without being Sabina's mom? Super mom. Okay. That really was very tough for me, and trying to find my identity again was a long journey. So I was just wondering if there are people that are in the same boat as what I was, or maybe you are there now, or maybe you are in a pre-empty nest. What can you do to make sure that everything would be okay, that the transition would be good, and all of that? It's something that, although you prepare, the day it happens, it is very difficult, because the finality of, okay, I've done my bit now, off you go, you have to do your bit now. It's like very scary. Okay. So while I'm talking about that, I was thinking that I would sit and paint and see if I can make a few little floofs here on Floofy's fur. Okay, let's see how this is going to work. Okay, this is a very old brush. It's missing a few bristles, but I thought it would be perfect to get the fur effect. I'm just trying to soften the line even more. Okay. So yes, so coming back to being a single parent, and all of a sudden not knowing where you are, because your identity, wait, let me put it this way. Okay. So when we are young, we get married, or we don't, or we have got all these dreams, and we're working on our career and everything, and then we have children, and then our lives get put on hold. You press the pause button. Pause. Now you are a mom. Your whole identity shifts. It could be for a dad as well, I can't say, but I had to be mom and dad. So your whole identity shifts, and you are only focused on your children or your one child, or to make sure that everything revolves around them, all of that. And the day comes when you have to push play again. And when you push play after they've left the nest, then it's like beep, radio silence. Oh, who am I? What am I? What do I want to do? I'm much older now, don't have all the energy, have a few squeaks in the morning. Where does it all fit in now? What do I do now? Who can I put that emotion and affection, because you can't put it on them anymore. They are big now, and they are like, Mom, back off a bit. Okay, so I would love to hear from you how you deal with it, or if it has happened to you. So when we have to press play again on our life, how do we do that? How do we overcome? What can we do to overcome that feeling of, I can say that it was a feeling of rejection, although I knew all my years that one day she would leave the nest, one day she would grow up and go and have her own life, and I was so stoked for that. Yes, it's amazing how it works, because it really hurts. That I can tell you. Oh boy, does it hurt. Your heart feel as if there is such a big void and such a big hole in your heart. It feels as if your heart has broken into a million of pieces, and you just can't get those pieces together. So in this time when all of this happened, it was COVID. So now you can imagine that was a double whammy. Okay, we were all in lockdown. We couldn't do anything. My daughter has gone off. I couldn't see her. She didn't want me to phone her every day. No. Okay. It was tough. So at that same time, I also were retrenched from the farm, the wine farm where I was working with, because in our country everything closed down. The wine industry was hit quite hard when COVID hit, because our government decided that no alcohol, there was an alcohol ban, and a lot of the small boutique farms had to close their doors permanently, and ours was one of them. So not only was it COVID, my daughter left, and I lost my job. So I had to very quickly pivot, and I decided that I always loved teaching, so I really enjoy teaching, and I decided to qualify as a TEFL teacher. Having left corporate and all of that, I qualified as a TEFL teacher, and I started teaching online English as a foreign language to students from all around the world, and I love it. I still do that. Okay. So for me, my immediate after a few months, it took me a few months to get over this, is I had to put all of that I used to have for my child, caring for her, making sure she was okay, emotionally, physically, everything she needed was okay. I could not do that anymore, but I still had it. I had to do something with that. And when I saw the first time when I saw the little students on the other side of the screen, thank goodness for the internet, it changed that for me, because I could pour all of that care and love and nurture, I could pour into my students, which was a saving grace for me, because if I did not have that, I think that it might have been a different story for me. Okay, so my encouragement for you would be to really find something to do. Okay, even if you do still work a full day or whatever, that does not matter, but find something to give back to. If you are besotted about animals or the older generation, go and volunteer, do something, get involved with a group. If you are arty, maybe have a community outreach, or gather all the kids, or go to a shopping mall and advertise there that you can once a day or once a week or once a month, you can maybe have, not once a day, that's a little bit rough, once a month maybe, have a community get together where you would have paints and papers and everyone can just come and play, the children. It's something that just gives you a responsibility towards them again. We need that. We need to feel that we are worth something. And that was one of the feelings that I struggled with myself when Sabina left home, is that I thought, okay, now what? Now I've worked all my life. I worked so hard in the corporate, and everything I done for her, and now that's me. I'm done for. What do I have left to do? That was the wrong mindset. But I had to work through that mindset to get to the place where I am today. And trust me, some days I wake up and I think, oh, I miss my child. And then I have to respect the boundaries that have been set, because we've set boundaries. So I respect them like that. She knows that she's always welcome to speak to me if she needs something or something like that. The door is always open. But boundaries from me to her, I have boundaries. I've set boundaries. She set boundaries. And that is how has been working for us. And it's working out okay. Some days I really feel that I really, really just miss her so much. And then I might send her a voice note and say, I'm thinking of you. I love you. Have a fantastic day. Bye. And then I see when she reads it, and then she pops me a heart back and say, love you too, Mom. And then that's fine. Okay. Yes, so I don't know what you think about this topic, or how did you handle it when it was your turn to become an empty nester? Did you decide to go and travel, or what did you decide to do, or how did you handle it? I would really love to know. And I am playing very nicely here with the gouache. I actually think that the gouache and this rickety brush that I have here needs a few extra hairs. It is actually doing a great job. It is just giving me that illusion of the floof, the poofiness of her fur. So I'm just putting it on here. Okay. I would love to hear what you are thinking about the empty nest. And I know that there are so many people that are really, really struggling with it. And I would love to be able to help someone through that if I can. I would really love to do that, because you know what? You are not alone. There are so many people going through it. And every day there are more people going through it, because our children grow up and they leave, and we have to cope with that. And even if you prepare as much as you prepare, some days it's tough. Okay, some days I can still have a few tears. I'll be honest, it's not like just roses and beautiful things every day. No, some days are very, very tough. Okay, but I have learned to, I've also learned to see when I am going down a path, with my thinking, especially when I start thinking, oh, I'm alone, or I wonder what they're doing, and you go down a rabbit hole of your own mind, when maybe you would think, I wonder if they think of me, or something like that, stupid things. And the more you do that, the worse you make it for yourself. So the minute I try and catch myself, the minute I feel like, oh goodness, here I go again, I have to stop those feelings and say, no, I'm not going to think that. And I know that I am loved and appreciated. I know that because she tells me that all the time. But she moved on with her own life. That is it. And I can remember when I moved out from my parents' house, it was, I just wanted to be whoosh, free. Okay, so I think sometimes we tend to forget how we felt and how it was to finally be grown up and do your own thing. Okay, so, but yes, they are all casualties of war after a child leaves the house, because you can be very strong. It's still, it does touch you, and it does hurt, and some days it hurts more than other days. Okay, so that is what I wanted to share with you today. And I really hope that if you are in a position where you really don't know what to do or how to do this by yourself, or maybe you have got a partner or a husband or a wife and you can get through it by leaning on each other. If you are a single parent and you've got no one to lean on, it's difficult. Okay, it doesn't get easier. It feels like it gets easier, but it still hurts. Okay, let me phrase it like that. But just know that you are not alone. There are so many going through this at the moment. And like I said, every day there will be more people going through it, because it is the circle. It's kids grow up, they leave the house, they become adults, and to be able to establish that that friendship again with them as an adult child, that can be tricky, and you have to work on it with very, very how can I say it, with kid gloves. And because it is a fragile relationship, the minute when they leave the nest, then everything is like shattered and everything, and there it is very easy to overstep boundaries. So yes, I hope that what I have shared today might be helpful for you, and there is hope. There is always hope. But my biggest suggestion, if you are in this place now and you don't know what to do with that love and nurture and protection and energy and everything you always put on your children, go volunteer. There are so many animal shelters. There are old age homes, retirement villages. There are orphanages. There are people everywhere that are just in need of someone just to see them. Okay, and when you do something like that, you would be amazed of how you feel afterwards. My encouragement to you is get out there and do something. Okay, all right. Okay, so now you can see here now Floofy looks very much more fluffy. When this coat is dry, I will go over it with another coat just to get a little bit more of the fluffiness, the poofiness, and then I will also do her whiskers and all of that. And I am happy with the progress. Okay, all right. Thank you so much for listening to me today and being here. I appreciate it, and I will see you soon. I am slowly but surely digging through some old projects that I can do until I can work on something big again, and I'm excited to see what we do next. Thank you so much. Keep well, and I will see you soon. And please like and subscribe. And if you know someone that is going through what I've just spoken about, empty nest, and really, really needs help, please share this video. There is help out there. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.